I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting on the Lord. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. I don't mind waiting. Celebrating a birthday, I was just reflecting on my life these past years. And as I look back, I was just reminiscing about how hard I had a life as a child, growing up in a home, being told, I wish you were never born, I hate you. And that at the age of 10, I tried to commit suicide. I took a handful of pills. But prior to me taking those pills, I had said, God, I don't want to wake up anymore. Although I didn't grow up in a home knowing who God was, because I was brought up in Native traditions. And I remember that as I went to sleep, I thought, okay, well, this is a time that my parents are going to cry over me and they're going to really love me and care for me. And, well, I did wake up the next day. And it wasn't a wake up of like, oh my God, I'm still here. It wasn't like that. What it really was like is, why am I still here? Why am I living when I was choosing not to live? And as I continued to go on in life during my teenage years, there were many people that came to me of the Christian faith and would talk to me about God. But I didn't want to live for God, because when I looked at living for God, I felt if he was a God that was caring, he would be here, he would take care of me, he would take away all the pains that I've been enduring these years. And so I would refuse him each time. But there came a time that also that a missionary came to my house, and she presented the gospel to me. I don't remember giving my life to Christ at that time, but I knew that I was being open to her. And that stayed with my heart, just to know that God had sent a missionary to my house as a child. And although I grew up crazy as a teenager, lived a crazy lifestyle, a lifestyle that I am not proud of, but in the midst of that lifestyle, I was empty. Although I had people around me, I had things around me, but it wasn't all that I expected it to be. And I wanted out. I wanted out, but didn't know how to get out. And I would say, God, God, help me, But although once again, I said, why am I calling on a God who doesn't hear me? And at the age of 20, about to turn 21, I decided, you know what? When I turn 21, I'll be able to go and do whatever I want. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. And at the age of 21, in the month of March of 1991, I was presented. It was a Saturday morning. I was presented life or death. This was God. He gave me a personal appointment in my bedroom. And he says, which will you choose? Because you can't continue to live this way. That's what was spoken to my heart. And I knew I didn't want to go back to the lifestyle I had before. So I chose life. I chose life. Although growing up in the traditions of natives, serving Christ is called the white man's ways. But it doesn't matter. Because when I look at it, it's not any man's ways, it's God's ways. And he's the one that was able to go deep into my spirit and pull out everything that was unclean before him and set me free. He gives me beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, peace for respect. He gives me beauty for ashes, strength for fear, gladness for mourning, and peace for respect. I once was lost, but God has found me. I was bound up and set free, been made righteous in his sight, a display of his splendor all can see. I once was lost, but God has found me. I was bound up and set free, been made righteous in his sight, a display of his splendor all can